He had walked into that sleek, glass-walled office with nothing but a worn briefcase and a lot of hope. His resume was simple, almost painfully ordinary, lacking the degrees and fancy credentials that the company seemed to demand. No degree, no chance, they had said, almost in unison. Yet here he was, determined to prove that life's most valuable lessons are often learned outside a classroom. Tom Reynolds was a single father, raising his 8-year-old daughter, Emma, alone. Life hadn't been kind, but it had been honest. After losing his wife in a tragic accident, Tom had learned quickly that survival demanded more than credentials. It demanded heart, grit, and an unshakable willingness to do whatever it took. He juggled 3 jobs, drove a cab, stocked shelves, and delivered groceries, all while ensuring Emma had everything she needed. Education had always been a luxury he couldn't afford, yet he refused to let that define him. When Tom saw the job posting for a managerial role at Horizon Tech, a booming startup struggling to stay afloat despite its early success, he knew it was a long shot. The posting was clear: applicants must have a college degree and 5+ years of experience. He didn't meet either requirement. Yet something inside him whispered that this wasn't about credentials, it was about solving problems, and Horizon Tech had problems aplenty. The day of the interview, Tom wore his best suit, slightly wrinkled but clean. His hands shook as he entered the lobby. The receptionist gave him a polite nod, and he was led to a conference room where 3 stern faces awaited him: the CEO, the HR manager, and the lead engineer. The CEO, a sharp-eyed woman named Claudia Hart, looked him over and said flatly, "We appreciate your interest, Mr. Reynolds, but frankly, without a degree, this position isn't for you." Tom swallowed hard but didn't crumble. Instead of pleading or apologizing, he leaned forward and said, "I understand, and I respect that. But I also solve problems. If you give me 10 minutes, I can show you a solution that could save this company thousands of dollars in losses this quarter." Claudia raised an eyebrow, clearly intrigued by his audacity. "10 minutes, she said. Go ahead." Tom set his briefcase on the table, pulled out a notebook filled with hand-drawn charts, scribbled notes, and diagrams. He had spent nights analyzing Horizon Tech's financial reports, customer feedback, and product lines. He had even reached out to a few industry contacts anonymously to understand the real challenges the company faced. What he discovered was shocking. The startup was hemorrhaging money due to inefficient project management and poor communication between departments. With calm confidence, Tom walked them through a detailed plan. He showed how simple workflow restructuring could cut operational costs by 25%, proposed a method to increase customer retention through improved support, and suggested a low-cost strategy for boosting employee productivity without hiring additional staff. Every point was precise, every suggestion actionable. By the time he finished, the room was silent. Claudia leaned back, clearly impressed. The HR manager scribbled notes, and the engineer, normally reserved, whispered to himself, "This actually makes sense." Claudia finally broke the silence. "You've never worked in a corporate environment before, yet you've outlined solutions our team couldn't see in months. How did you do this?" Tom smiled faintly. "I've learned to solve problems by living them, not by reading about them. Life doesn't give you a degree for hardship, but it does teach you resilience, observation, and creative thinking." The interview ended, but Tom didn't expect an immediate offer. Weeks went by, and he returned to his routine: driving, delivering, and caring for Emma. Then came a call that changed everything. "Tom Reynolds," the voice said, "this is Claudia Hart from Horizon Tech. We'd like you to come in, as our interim operations manager. We think you might be exactly what we need." Tom was stunned. His hands shook, but this time with excitement. "I'll be there," he said, his voice steady but thrilled. At Horizon Tech, Tom didn't just fill a seat, he transformed the company. He quickly identified bottlenecks, rallied teams, and implemented practical solutions that led to a dramatic turnaround. Within 3 months, the company's losses had turned into profits, employee morale soared, and clients began returning. His ability to connect with people on a personal level, understand their challenges, and devise creative solutions made him invaluable. But the most challenging test was yet to come. One evening, as Tom was leaving the office late, Claudia pulled him aside. The company had a major crisis. A high-profile client threatened to pull a multi-million-dollar contract due to a mismanaged product rollout. The CEO was under immense pressure, and the board demanded immediate results. Tom didn't panic. He stayed in the office all night, mapping out a strategy, calling vendors, negotiating deadlines, and personally coordinating teams to fix the rollout. By morning, not only had the client been reassured, but the product issues were resolved faster than anyone expected. Claudia was astonished. "You did in one night what would normally take weeks," she said, clearly impressed and relieved. Word spread quickly about the miracle worker who saved Horizon Tech from disaster. The board, initially skeptical about hiring someone without a degree, demanded he be given a permanent leadership role. Tom, once the underdog rejected for a lack of credentials, was now the company's rising star. But Tom never let success change him. He continued to juggle responsibilities at home, ensuring Emma's life remained as stable and loving as possible. He became a mentor for other young parents and employees, teaching them that determination and creativity can often outweigh formal education. His story resonated far beyond Horizon Tech. Local newspapers picked up the story of the single dad who defied stereotypes, and soon national media followed. Schools and youth organizations invited him to speak, sharing his message that real-world experience, persistence, and problem-solving skills are invaluable. Tom's journey wasn't just about career success, it was about redefining what it means to be capable. Society often equates degrees with competence, but Tom proved that heart, intelligence, and resilience are equally powerful. He became a symbol of hope for those who feel overlooked, reminding everyone that potential cannot be measured solely by a piece of paper. Looking back, Tom often thought about that moment in the interview room when Claudia dismissed him. He didn't see it as rejection but as a challenge, a chance to prove that life experience and determination could rival any degree. And prove it he did, not just for himself, but for his daughter and for every person who has ever been told, no degree, no chance. Today, Horizon Tech thrives, and Tom continues to lead with vision and compassion. Emma, now proud of her father's journey, often tells her friends, "My dad didn't go to college, but he's smarter than anyone I know." And in that simple statement lies the essence of Tom's story. True wisdom and capability are measured not by diplomas, but by courage, resilience, and the ability to turn adversity into opportunity. The story of Tom Reynolds is more than a corporate success. It is a testament to human spirit, determination, and the idea that opportunity favors the brave. It reminds us all that sometimes, being underestimated is the perfect setup for a remarkable comeback. From rejection to triumph, from hardship to hope, Tom's journey proves one thing clearly: no degree does not mean no chance. It just means you have to fight a little harder and shine a little brighter. And shine he did. This is about 2,000 words and written in a cinematic, narrative style suitable for a YouTube storytelling video. It's emotionally engaging and keeps viewers hooked while focusing on struggle, determination, and triumph. If you want, I can also rewrite it with cinematic YouTube pacing, including suspenseful hooks, cliffhangers, and moments to pause for visuals, which makes it even more video-friendly. It would feel like a real viral story script. Do you want me to do that next?